What's up, forehead? How we doing today? All right, so today we're talking about these wheels and we're putting them on the truck. Yeah? All right, well, they look fucking amazing. The truck looks like a monster, right? At least compared to before. Now, there's quite a story to this, okay? So we're gonna pretend like we're gonna flash back 6 months ago and I ordered a set of wheels off Custom Offsets. And now we're gonna flash forward to about a couple weeks ago. As you can tell, these wheels have been on here for a little bit, so we're gonna flash back to when I put them on. You might see me again. I'm just gonna be going over them with some McGuire's Quick Detailer and a microfiber towel. Hey, and quick little side note. Through the video, you're gonna hear a really high quality version of me. That's me using the streaming setup and voicing over all the horrible audio that I had because I used my phone. With the exception of the conversations that I have with Papa Six, the rest of it should be me. Future me. Future me. Because this is already future me. What? That means go on to the video, my guy. Come on, future me. Here, I'm future me. You need to... Jesus.
Alright, so we got the new wheels. They're finally in. Let's put them on now. You guys remember the steps from last time?
First, we gotta pop this thing off, loosen everything, go underneath, and jack up on this tire. Only using hand tools.
Well, I'm not using only hand tools this time, because fuck that. I got power tools this time. Man, I'm so excited for this. Let's go. Alright, so these are the new wheels. They're going on my pick-em-up truck. We're gonna start with the rears, because I already have that jacked up, because the way that they were sent was not the way they were ordered. As a matter of fact, nothing with the original order was right at all.
So when I ordered these wheels, I talked to the sales guy and he gave me a quote and he built the order all together. They call these front wheel super singles, so it's gonna be a staggered setup. The wheels up front were supposed to be 12 wides with 13.5 wide tires. After I set everything up,
I paid for them
and the order started being made. Nothing was right. The rears,
they had me slated for 4 of these outer wheels
instead of
2 outers and 2 of the inners. That alone is a big problem, don't you think? This was like 2 weeks after the order was placed. Then I had to call them up and get it fixed. And I had to explain that you need to talk to whoever put together this order, because it's not right. I had brought up the tires and I said, I don't know if the tires are right either, so we might want to double check on those. Nobody listened. So they also had me slated for 6 37 by 12.5s.
It's supposed to be
2 13.5 wides and 4 12.5 wides.
So then after a couple weeks of looking at the order every fucking day, almost every hour, I decided it would probably be best for me to call them to make sure that what I had ordered was what I was going to be getting. And sure enough, it wasn't. And that would have been very bad because these 12.5s barely fit as it is.
So, good job, Custom Offsets. Thanks. I am soaked from head to toe. Even the brim of my hat is soaked. All because 4 tires were in the wrong spot. So I had to put them in the right spot. Thanks to the help of Papa Six, we got it done. That was a bitch and a half.
So now we flash forward to about the day I got the wheels. Now, I wasn't there when they came in. I was actually working. My boss was the one that accepted the delivery. So when I got back, my wheels were just waiting for me. And when I saw them, I was pissed. They put the 13.5s on the rear dualies because they're wider wheels. So I guess they thought that they shouldn't match what was on the inner wheels. I don't know what was going on in the warehouse that day, but somebody wasn't really thinking. They put 12 wides up here. So I had to switch the whole set except for the inners. So I had to change a whole set in a normal truck. So I called Papa Six and had him come help me do everything, and he did. I thank him later in the video, and he's even in the video a little bit later if you guys haven't seen it already. Him and I, on our own, only hand tools, unfortunately, swapped all the tires. So when we finally got the wheels mounted up the right way, I started putting them on.
Let's put these guys on and get some cool shots. We're finished. Yeah? Alright. First, the old one's gotta come off. Now, come here, look. So I have spacers on this. Sometimes frowned upon dualies, sometimes they're not. It really depends on who you ask. They're very controversial. I had spacers because shit didn't fit right. So, suck my nuts. Anyway, now I gotta get the spacer off, then the wheel, and then there's another spacer. Yeah, it's that fucked up. Alright, let's go. Now, when I was quoted for these, I was told I wasn't going to need any spacers in the rear. So that's what I'm going to try first. Pay no attention to the oil on the brakes. We don't pay attention to that. So I'm bringing these ones over 2 at a time because this one's a little side heavy. And that's why. It kind of falls that way sometimes. So these wheels, these are just the normal fuel off-road inners. Those are the fuel runners. Maybe I'm supposed to do these like a semi-tire. If you guys don't know how to put a semi-tire on, kind of goes something like this. Wow! Is that really sitting in there flush right now? Holy fuck! We're not rubbing on anything.
Fuck you, train!
Okay, one thing I need to mention is that when you're doing dually wheels, if you ever get the great and pleasurable misfortune, valve stems need to be 180 degrees away from each other. One is here, the other one is here. You probably can't see it because low light, but it's in there, trust me.
I think you got one side on. Half of one side. Is that about how high the head fix it? No, it's a couple inches off the ground. But you have to jack it up higher? No. This is where it was.
And because we're bougie in this bitch, we got spiky lug nuts. It's supposed to come with a key too. There's the key.
Huh. Will they give you a key for the nuts? Yeah, I can just use a 1/2-inch drive. Need a torque wrench? Yeah, I will. What's in the box? That thing's weird. Why? Is it like, it'll do like a slow click or it'll do a fast click, and then when it finally breaks free, it stops and then goes again? Yeah, that's the break free mode. I guess you don't need your spacers no more, huh? Fucking no, apparently. Thank God. Tire sticks out a little bit hard from the wheel well. A little bit. I knew that was gonna happen. They're gonna stick out up front too.
Now to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I did the other side. Now I gotta drop this down. This way I can actually use the Torquey Boy. Use the Torquey Boy on wheels. I may not do it on anything else, but I do it on wheels. Because that's the one thing you don't want flying off when you're going down the highway at 70 miles an hour. No, you don't want that. I don't want that. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm not liable if you fuck it up and don't use one of these and use your manufacturer torque spec on your wheels. Okay, rant over. I'm gonna lower this and torque mine. It does sit high, doesn't it? When you lower it to torque, you just want them to touch the ground. This way they can still kind of shimmy in and tighten up to the hub. This way you don't have a gap when you're done tightening. Also, don't forget, when you're tightening wheels or anything in a circular fashion, there's a certain way to do it. On 5 lugs, it's the star method. You guys remember that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
On 8 lug, it looks like plus signs, and then an asterisk. No, because asterisk is technically a 5. Either shut the fuck up and tighten your wheels. Are you gonna click? God. Now it's good to go back in a circle, make sure everything clicks again to double check yourself. And then, do the other side. Alright, now the fronts are the same, but different. Sometimes tires are hard to take off, so I brought help.
Oh no! Now if you're like me and you gotta have the biggest truck on the block, that is a spacer.
So because these are dumb big wheels on my big dumb truck, I'm taking the spacers off. Gonna give it an impact. Instead of a pry bar this time, we're going with the impact style. Yep, that worked. That'll work. Yep. That was a lot easier than the first time, huh?
Fucking wrenches suck. So does that apparently.
Now I put the wheel on. I don't know if I need to say anything, but it doesn't matter where the valve stem goes on this one. Now for these bad bitches. You guys know the drill? Same thing on the other side.
Alright, so after you do the other side, i.e. this side, you're gonna want to make sure you can turn and not hit anything. You don't want any rubbing, you don't want anything to cut up your brand new wheels and tires. So you want to make sure you can turn your wheel all the way. Now with the super single setup on the front end, like I have on this dually here, I did have to trim up right here and a little bit on the inside, as well as I had to trim some of my fender up. This way I could turn the other way. You know, these are the new wheels. These are the Fuel Runners. Great wheels, but custom offsets did not do a very good job. Next time, I'm just going with Omar's wheels. They're closer, and from what I see on TikTok, they're way better. I can actually drive to Omar's wheels on a day off, of course. Turns out, sometimes if you call custom offsets, they answer as Fitment Industries. I'm done doing my quick detailing, and you're done with the video. You have a very good day. I don't know if you could tell, but the next video might be another truck video. I don't know, but feel free to stick around the channel. And thank you to all you that have recently shown some great support and comments on the videos. It means very much to me, and I hope I'm not wasting your time. With that being said, I'm Chris on a 6. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.
welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars.